I'd first like to preface this video by telling a story. This story is about three guys, three dudes that in their second year of university decide they've become good enough friends that they would like to move in together and get a place as roommates. One of those guys is me. Now the other two are a pair of brothers who I'm grateful have given me the opportunity to live with them. I see myself in both of them in different ways. And the reason that I preface this video by telling this story is because each one of them represents a time in our lives, and during these times they represent the most effective, the most efficient, the most positive outlook and aspect of that time of our life. And of course I'll go into that because I'm sure that doesn't make very much sense. So I'll start with the older brother. He is compassionate and loyal, and he loves just as hard as anyone I've ever met. He would put himself in front of a train for you, for anyone that he cares about, and he is all around a very caring person. But this brother, the older brother, he struggles. He struggles with a sense of direction, and you could often characterize him as lost. Now the younger brother, he's very driven and he's very successful. And that's by no means to say he is not compassionate, but his goals differ from his older brother's. He's more concerned with himself rather than others, which by no means is a negative thing necessarily. But as I said, I tell this story to illustrate two different times in our lives, and like I said, I do see myself in both of them, both positive and negative. There are times in our lives when we struggle, when we lose our sense of direction, when we feel lost. And there are times in our lives when everything seems to be going well, when we're successful, when we're reaching our goals, when we're driven, when we have that sense of direction, when we're motivated. But during those times, when we feel lost, when we feel discouraged, it's important to remember that we have so much to be grateful for. In a world where everything seems to be moving faster and faster, I think it's important to take some time to slow down. The world right now, we're kind of having this interesting revolution where a lot is not what it seems. I think people are often taken advantage of for the way that they feel. And I think above all else, whether you're whether there's days that you feel closer to the older brother, or you're feeling like the younger brother. You feel like things are going right for you, and you feel like you're surmounting the barriers and obstacles that life has set out for you. Regardless, I think it's important to be true to who you are and true to yourself, but to understand that it's okay to slow down sometimes, whether you're lost or not. Taking time to enjoy things where the gratification isn't so instant. I like to go for walks, and when I say a walk, I mean a long walk, a really long walk, where you're gone for hours. You just walk until you can't really walk anymore, but you've only gone one direction, and so you've got to muster the strength to turn around, and it helps you to appreciate that you have a warm place to go back to, or that you can walk at all. I think finding things that you enjoy, I think that plays into staying true to yourself. Just because you enjoy something that may be considered strange or unique or whatever else, I think it's important that you take time to enjoy it. During my transition from what was high school, dual enrollment, in vocational school or trade school, and now university, during that time, what really helped me to transition from more independent life, I had an instructor during my time in trade school who couldn't have come at a better time. And I really would like to make a video on strong or good role models down the road, but I'll just touch on this for this video. Now, this instructor, he saved me a lot of anguish. He got me through a very difficult time, a few actually. And he always spoke of something that I still think about quite often, and especially now in university where I'm taking difficult classes. He coined this term that I'm not sure how official it is, but he would speak on something called imposter syndrome. And I think we experience that, or this imposter syndrome in our lives a lot more than we realize. Whenever we're in a place where we feel like those around us are more qualified than we are, where we feel out of place, we feel like we're incapable of meeting the standards that have been set for us, we feel like we're falling short, when we feel lost in a place, we can kind of feel imposter syndrome because those around us are more successful than we are. But I think it comes back to staying true to yourself, because you are yourself, no one else is you, and you really shouldn't compare yourself to others. I often feel like a lot of people are better at the things that I enjoy than I am, or even things that I just need to do. And at first that can be hard, but I'm starting to realize it's more important to just be honest. Because if we're vulnerable and honest, and we're true to ourselves, and we're the best at being honest and being open and being vulnerable, then that's how we learn and we get help and grow and overcome the barriers and obstacles that life has set out for us. So to conclude, whether today is a day that you feel like the older brother, you feel like you're missing your sense of direction, but you're still hopeful, or if today is a day where you feel like the younger brother, you can celebrate success in your life, short term or long term. Every success counts. And as we grow as people, you should celebrate each and every one of your successes. But stay true to yourself and be honest and be simple and don't overlook the things that you enjoy. Whether you enjoyed them a long time ago or you still enjoy them today, don't overlook them because you enjoyed them for a reason. And it's okay to second guess yourself. It's okay to change the path that you're on. I've done it 100 times and I'll do it 100 more before I find what it is that I feel most comfortable doing. But always remain true to yourself and to others.